Have you ever wondered how, in a world where distance can seem insurmountable, we can send messages, share photos, and stream movies from halfway across the globe in real time? The answer lies beneath the waves, in the vast, unyielding depths of our oceans. This is the story of how the internet connects us under the ocean, a complex tale of incredible engineering, astonishing technology, and the relentless pursuit of connection that defines our modern lives. Stick around, because what comes next will leave you amazed at how interconnected our world has become through these underwater marvels. Picture this: you're in a cafe, sipping your favorite brew as you video call a friend in a different country, sharing laughter and life updates. It's intimate, immediate, and feels almost effortless. But have you ever stopped to think about what makes that connection possible? It's astonishing to realize that beneath the serene surface of the ocean, a web of cables sprawls across the sea floor, tethering continents together, facilitating our interactions, and igniting a global exchange of ideas and creativity. These massive undersea networks are more than just wires; they are the lifelines of the internet, intricately woven to support our digital existence. As we delve deeper, let's uncover some captivating facts. Did you know that over 400 undersea cables crisscross the oceans, spanning a staggering total length of about 1.3 million kilometers? That's like wrapping the Earth around with more than 32 times the circumference of the planet. Each of these cables, often no thicker than a garden hose and buried deep under the ocean floor, carries millions of conversations and streams of data simultaneously. Yet, while we're sharing cat videos and indulging in online games, these cables, often vulnerable to the whims of nature and human activities alike, silently undertake the Herculean task of carrying our digital lives. You might be wondering, how do these cables even function? The answer is like a masterful recipe that blends engineering and innovation. At their core, these cables consist of multiple strands of fiber optics, which are essentially glass filaments that transmit data as pulses of light. This technology allows for incredible amounts of data to be transferred at lightning speed, up to terabits per second. Here's a shocking fact: a single fiber cable can carry the equivalent of the data that would be contained in hundreds of thousands of DVDs. Imagine all that information racing along the ocean floor, creating a seamless connection that enhances our daily lives. What's truly extraordinary is how these cables are laid down. Envision a ship, not just any ship, but a giant cable-laying vessel, navigating the open ocean with precision. It has specialized machinery that gently deposits these fragile cables onto the seabed. The process is meticulous, often employing underwater robots for deep-sea installations. And while it may seem that laying down cables is a straightforward endeavor, the reality can be far more complex. After all, have you ever thought about how they avoid obstacles like underwater mountains and shipwrecks? This dramatic underwater ballet demonstrates the lengths we go to ensure that our world remains interconnected. Now, think about this: where are the cables located, and why does it matter to you? A vast majority of these cables are concentrated in specific areas, often connecting wealthy nations and major population centers. This creates digital arteries that enhance speed and accessibility for countries in these regions, while other areas lag behind, drowning in digital disparity. You might be asking yourself, how do we bridge these gaps? Seizing this curiosity leads us to explore the socio-economic implications of undersea internet cables. Perhaps you've heard of the term the digital divide. This refers to the gap between those who have easy access to the internet and those who do not. As economies and societies become increasingly dependent on digital infrastructure, the need for equitable access grows. Countries like those in Africa may experience slower internet speeds and a lack of reliable connectivity, mainly because major cable routes often overlook them. However, some nations are taking charge, investing in new cable projects to connect their coastlines and bring their communities into the digital fold. It's a testament to human resilience, emphasizing the power of connection, and leading to exciting new opportunities for education, commerce, and cultural exchange. Let's not forget the daring exploits of the undersea cable industry itself. the field isn't without its challenges. Natural disasters like earthquakes or human activities such as anchoring ships can damage these cables, occasionally leading to significant disruptions. In February 2008, for example, a series of undersea cable breaks near Egypt caused massive internet outages across the Middle East and parts of India. The incident serves as a reminder of how fragile our global internet infrastructure can be. But fear not, the industry has evolved. Advanced technologies now enable engineers to detect faults promptly, and backup systems are meticulously designed to reroute data traffic. So, even in our darkest moments, the resilience of this underwater network shines through. But here's where it gets even more interesting. As we delve deeper into this narrative, we begin to encounter the multinational, and often competitive, nature of undersea cable development. Various tech companies and nations have recognized the importance of owning these vital connections. Google, Facebook, Amazon, and other tech titans regularly invest in and even construct their undersea cables, fundamentally altering the landscape of global telecommunications. These projects reflect not only ambitious technological undertakings but also strategic moves to secure faster connections to their data centers. It's not merely a question of convenience, it's about power and influence in the digital age. And what about the Internet's future? What innovations lie on the horizon that could change the way we experience connection? Enter the era of low-orbit satellites, the next frontier of global Internet coverage. Picture a constellation of small satellites orbiting Earth, beaming Internet signals directly to users below, even in the most remote locations. Companies like SpaceX's Starlink and Amazon's Project Kuiper are racing to make this dream a reality. The synergy between undersea cables and satellite technology can bridge digital divides, enabling worldwide access and igniting a new wave of innovation. The potential for improved connectivity is vast, but what are the potential downsides? The impact on undersea ecosystems, the challenge of managing space debris, and the intensifying privacy concerns are pressing questions we must ponder. Now, let's redirect our focus back to the breathtaking biological world that exists beneath the waves, where these cables lie. The oceans harbor extraordinary ecosystems, places of rich biodiversity, from the smallest plankton to the colossal blue whale. But what does the construction of undersea cables mean for these fragile habitats? Marine life and the delicate balance of underwater ecosystems can be disrupted during cable laying and maintenance, raising concerns about our responsibility to protect the environment while we connect our world. This inherent duality, our desire for connection often at odds with the need for conservation, challenges us to weigh the benefits of technological advancement against ecological integrity. As we approach our winding narrative's conclusion, let's take a moment to reflect on what this intricately designed web of cables beneath the ocean signifies. These cables symbolize our human aspiration to connect, to communicate, and to share our lives with others, no matter how far away. In this global village, whether you're an artist showcasing your work on social media, a scientist collaborating on groundbreaking research, or a family member sending a simple text, you're part of a larger tapestry woven by our collective efforts. Ultimately, the story of how the Internet connects us under the ocean is a story of wonder, innovation, and progress. It reminds us that, despite the physical barriers that separate us, we have created pathways of light that bind us together. The astonishing efforts of engineers, scientists, and policymakers to lay down cables in the depths of the ocean have enabled a new era of communication, breaking down barriers, and forging connections that redefine our lives. So, what's the takeaway from this deep dive into the oceanic networks that empower our digital age? As you power up your devices and embrace the possibilities of the Internet, remember, you are participating in a remarkable continuum. It's not just ones and zeros passing through glass fibers, it's our stories, our interactions, our hopes, and dreams flowing through the currents of the ocean floor. Technology, once seen as a barrier, now serves to unite us, transcending geographical boundaries and creating a shared existence. In the end, the vast, blue expanse reminds us of both the beauty and fragility of our interconnected world. We must nurture this bond, respect the oceans that house our communication networks, and advocate for greater equity in how we access and share information. As we gaze into the depths, remember that the cables residing below are more than just artifacts of our technological achievement, they are conduits of human connection, echoing the very essence of what it means to belong to a global community. We've only begun to scratch the surface of possibilities that lie ahead, and who knows what the future holds. One thing remains certain, our quest for connection will continue to evolve, shaped by exploration, innovation, and our innate desire to understand and embrace one another across the great blue ocean that unites us all.